We opened a Toyota engine with over 500,000 miles on the clock. Not for a photo, not for a thumbnail. We physically pulled it apart, piece by piece, to see what 500,000 miles actually does to the inside of a Toyota. What we found surprised even people who've been wrenching on these engines for decades. Some parts looked like they had 50,000 miles on them. Others told a very different story. Let's go inside. The engine on our bench came out of a Toyota with the kind of mileage most cars never dream of reaching. 500,000 miles of commutes, road trips, stop-and-go traffic, oil changes that were sometimes on time and sometimes not. This is the engine that owners talk about in forums like it's a myth. We wanted to know if the myth was true. Before we even touched a wrench, the engine ran. That alone tells you something. 500,000 miles and it still fired up, idled smoothly, and drove into the shop under its own power. No smoke out the tailpipe, no knocking, no warning lights demanding attention. For most vehicles on the road, that number alone would sound impossible. For this Toyota, it was just another day. The first thing we removed was the valve cover, the metal or composite cap that sits on top of the cylinder head and seals in the valve train, the camshafts, rocker arms, and valve springs that control how air and fuel move in and out of the engine. This is usually where you find the first clues about how an engine was treated. Sludge here means neglect. A clean valve cover means someone was paying attention. What we found underneath was almost unbelievable. The camshaft lobes, the egg-shaped sections of the camshaft that push the valves open at precise moments, still had visible machining marks on them. Not smooth from wear, not polished into a mirror finish from metal fatigue, but showing the kind of surface texture you'd expect from a part with a fraction of this mileage. The oil coating everything was clean, almost amber in color, not the thick black sludge you'd brace yourself for after 500,000 miles. This is where the first real lesson showed up. Toyota's Valvetrain lubrication system, the network of oil galleries that feed the camshaft journals and rocker arms, was doing exactly what it was designed to do for 500,000 miles straight. The rocker arms, the small levers that transfer camshaft motion into valve movement, showed light, even wear patterns. No pitting, no scoring, just the kind of gentle wear that comes from consistent, adequate lubrication over a very long time. Next, we pulled the cylinder head itself, the large metal casting that sits on top of the engine block and houses the combustion chambers, the intake and exhaust valves, and the valve seats those valves close against. This is one of the most stressed parts of any engine. It deals with combustion heat, pressure spikes, and constant mechanical motion.